guys, it's Connie. So, a little while ago, someone's recommended I talk about The Sun's Also a Star by Nicole Yoon. I forgot which user specifically, I forgot your name. But if you are watching this, probably know who you are because you left a comment. So thank you for the suggestion. And I really love this book. And I thought today for this book would be a good idea to talk about like the lessons this book can actually teach. So this book follows it's set over the course of a day, and it follows the love story between two teenagers. One is a Jamaican girl named, I need to double check because it's been forever since I've read this book, Natasha, who is an illegal immigrant from Jamaica along with her family, and she wants to go into science. She wants to be a data analyst. And a boy named Daniel, who is the son of Korean immigrants. And he wants to be a writer, be a poet. But his family doesn't want him to do that. They want him to go be a lawyer or something. So they meet each other one day, and Natasha's family is getting ready to leave America because they lost their child and they have to go back because they're illegal immigrants. And so it's out of the course of Natasha's last day in America, and it's just like them falling in love and learning things by themselves and each other, other people, families, life in general, and the universe in general. So I think this book teaches some really like important lessons. One of which is that like everyone has their own stories. Like the truth is always like two sides to every story, if not more. Everyone has their own struggles. Everyone has their own losses. Everyone's their own person, and with being your own person comes your own personal struggles, your own personal discoveries. And like this book, as you can see here, is multiple perspectives. It primarily switches between Natasha and Daniel, but once in a while we get like a chapter from the perspective of like one of the parents. Like here is Tasha's father, and we also sometimes get chapters from his perspective of a random stranger they run into on the street. And sometimes it's just like what happened like during that run-in with that certain person. Other times it's the character's whole life story. And since we're given like so many different points of view, when someone does something like we would be considered like rude or didn't make sense, or that person's crazy or something, the book follows that moment up with a chapter from the character's perspective, usually explaining the backstory and why they did what they did. And it puts in perspective that we don't know what's going on with anyone all the time. Like we will not be able to know like everyone's story, and we will not be able to know what everyone does, the things that they do. And for that reason, like we need to be like kind to everybody. We need to be like, okay, maybe a person may have a bad day or something. Maybe it's because of like a personal thing. We need to be aware of that when we're judging other people, especially when we do stuff that we might consider rude or out of place. It's an important lesson to be kind to everybody, because everyone has your own story and everyone has your own struggles and everyone has bad days, and sometimes we don't know that. So we just need to consider maybe that person's having a bad day. Maybe they're not actually like a bad person or like a mean person. So I feel like that's one of two very important lessons this book teaches us. The other is following your dreams, following your heart, and following your passions. Like, Natasha wants to be a data analyst, but that isn't really what she's passionate about. Like, Natasha is very like logical, it's very practical. Daniel is more like imaginative, and he's like sensitive and more emotional. He's more hopeful, and they kind of like help each other like mature in a certain way. Like, Daniel, it helps Natasha realize the importance of passion and following like your dreams and figure out what you really want to do with your life, not just like what would be the most logical option to do. And that leads Natasha to instead pursue a career in physics because he's passionate about physics, and that's an important lesson. And it kind of ties into like another lesson in the book, which is like respect people's identity. Like, everyone's their individual person, and sometimes they're gonna do like, you know, like on a path that we don't want them to, but we kind of have to let them because that's what we want to do with your life. And if you're a parent, it's kind of hard to accept because you want the best for your kid, but sometimes the kid doesn't want to do what you want them to do with their life, and you just gotta accept that sometimes. And I feel like Natasha helps Daniel to realize that you sometimes do need to look at life a bit more realistically. I feel like the book teaches like the importance of finding like a balance between like pursuing your dreams, but also like looking at life realistically. And again, it teaches like lessons about like identity and accepting individuality, and how everyone has their own struggles, and we just need to be kind to everybody because we don't know what someone's going through or what has happened in someone's life. So there are like a lot of good lessons in this book, so I suggest you read it if you want like a story filled with like morals and life-changing lessons. Also, if like romance, like diversity, or like stuff that tackles like issues like immigration or racism, I highly recommend this book. And yeah, thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. It helps the algorithm. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching.